What's up, everybody? Justin here. Hope you're having a good Friday. This show is a countdown show. Top 5 worst DVDs I own, wrestling DVDs I own. I don't know why I ever bought these, but I did. It was a long time ago, like 14 years ago. I got all of these. Maybe longer ago. Some of them I got in 2002, so that's like 15 years ago. Anyways, these are the absolute worst of the worst. The absolute top 5 worst wrestling DVDs I own. So here we go. New countdown show. Top 5 worst DVDs. First one is, says 2002 on it. From a company called XPW Wrestling. Here it is. XPW Blowing to Hell. Exploding ring match between Supreme, I forgot the fat bastard's name, but his name is Supreme. Supreme against Vic Grimes. Both are two fat guys. Couldn't work, couldn't wrestle worth a lick. Just two fat guys. All they could do is bleed and beat the shit out of each other. That's all they could do. XPW Blowing to Hell. This is crap. This is absolute crap. This might be number 1, but I'll just say it's number 5. This is number 5. Blown to Hell. I mean, the only guy that I knew on the show, you got Vic Grimes. He was in ECW, part of the Baldies. Got Sandman was there. After ECW closed down, Sandman went there. Vampiro was there. There he is, Vampiro. He was a good wrestler. But anyway, some of these matches are garbage. They're absolute dog shit. They absolutely suck. A lot of these matches. See the back of it. There's the back. You had, I guess she was Sandman's manager. There's Major Guns from WCW. Later on, after a short wrestling career where she did nothing, she was just eye candy. After a short wrestling career, she went into porn. Anyways, what do you have on the show? As I said, exploding ring match, which, if you're a fan of hardcore wrestling, you would probably enjoy it, but the two fat guys in it sucked. I've seen a few exploding ring matches in Japan, in FMW with Terry Funk and, what was that guy's name? The guy that ran FMW, I think his name was Okada. Not Okada. I forget the guy's name. But him and Terry Funk had exploding ring matches. I've seen Hayabusa in exploding ring matches. At least the guys in Japan could work that were in exploding ring matches. So the XPW World Champion on this Blown to Hell show was Johnny Webb. He absolutely sucked. He was garbage. He had zero talent, in my opinion. He defended the world title against a mystery opponent, which I don't remember who it was. I don't care. New Jack was on the show. New Jack challenged the XPW TV champion, Chaos. So this show is absolute dog shit and crap. This is number 5 on my top 5 worst wrestling DVDs. I tried to sell that. I tried to sell all these DVDs years ago to a store that would buy DVDs. They didn't even want them. That's how much they suck. They wouldn't even give me $1 for them. That's how much they suck. So the next one, again, XPW. This came out, I think, in 2002. Came out in 2002. XPW Freefall. XPW Freefall. I don't know how they even had enough money XPW to release DVDs. It was under the name, the company that released them was XEG, Extreme Entertainment Group. XEG, I believe, also released porn movies, because the guy that owned XPW, his name was Rob Black. The guy also was in the porno business and the adult film business, so I guess he had a production company to release these wrestling DVDs. So that's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? That just makes me feel dirty. That the same group that released pornos released XPW. But I guess that's how the guy got into the wrestling business. And XPW wasn't wrestling, it was garbage. But I guess Rob Black, the guy that owned XPW, he got into it because of a lot of money he made in the adult film business. So this XPW Freefall, this is number 4. You have a 40-foot scaffold match with New Jack and Vic Grimes, where in ECW at Living Dangerously 2000, New Jack and Vic Grimes were supposed to fall off a scaffold, or New Jack was supposed to throw Vic Grimes off. I don't know. It was super dangerous, super stupid to do, super just way too risky. Both guys could have fell on their head on the concrete and died. And New Jack was going down. He pulls Vic Grimes with him. Vic Grimes, they don't even go through the table. And Vic Grimes, the fat bastard, lands on top of New Jack and like crushes his head up against concrete. So that was bad. Then New Jack described in a documentary about ECW, I forget the name of it, Hardcore, I don't remember, Hardcore something. Anyways, New Jack described because Vic Grimes fell on his skull and almost crushed it, that he lost sight in his eyes. And he couldn't see out of one eye. So that sucks for New Jack. Anyways, the other matches on the show, you had a buck naked match. I'm not kidding. Right there it says it. Buck naked match between these two whores. One of them, Veronica Kane, right there. If you can see her, Veronica Kane, she was in porn. So that's why I call her a whore. But I don't got anything against porn stars. They want to make their money that way. Good for them. I'm not judging them. And this other woman, Lizzie Borden, she was a whore too, in my opinion. She was absolutely worthless. Both of these women were worthless to the wrestling business. And they had a buck naked match. They tore their clothes off into their bra and panties, or bra and thongs. And then the lights cut out because one of them got nude. And then the lights come back on, and one of them, I believe, is covered up by some wrestler. So other matches, you had GQ Money, which was, he was garbage. He was a garbage wrestler with no talent. All he could do was bleed. GQ Money takes on XPW World Champion Johnny Webb. That was garbage. Chaos defends the XPW TV title against Angel. And Angel, his name, his wrestling name, they used to call him the Hardcore Homo. I'm not joking. That was his name in XPW, the Hardcore Homo Angel. That guy wasn't god-awful as a wrestler. He wasn't that bad. But, I don't know. He was odd. He was an odd choice to put in a wrestling ring. I guess he also came from porn. I don't know. Anyways, we had a gauntlet match. Chaos, the TV champion, takes on Angel and Chris Hamrick in a gauntlet match. And that's it. There's pictures on the back of Sandman. And that's it. Sandman, scaffold match, New Jack, So there it is. XPW Free Fall. Number 4 worst DVD I own. All these could probably be number 1. But I gotta do a top 5. So next one is XPW again. I don't know why I kept buying them. Probably because I was going through ECW withdrawals. That's why I bought these. Because ECW just died. A year earlier it died, so I just tried to replace XPW with ECW. Anyways, this was released in 2002. XPW Genocide. There it is. XPW Genocide. You got a War Games match. It was kind of like a War Games match. You had the Black Army, who was Rob Black's team of, what's his name? I forget the guy's name. Nosawa, Lindsey Borden, Angel, and the XPW champion Johnny Webb. The Black Army took on the Enterprise of the Sandman, Chaos, I don't know this guy's name, Rizzo, some guy with blonde hair, looks like a Steve Corino ripoff, and Veronica Kane was in the match. So Lindsey Borden and Veronica Kane were in this War Games match, and they shouldn't have been in it, because they had no business in it. So they had 2 rings, somehow they could afford 2 rings next to each other, and they had a cage up in one ring with a roof, and then the other cage didn't have a cage up on either 3 sides of the ring, which was ridiculous. And of course the middle of the ring was next to the other ring. So they couldn't afford a full cage. I'm not joking. They could not afford a full cage for 2 rings, which was pathetic and embarrassing, because one ring didn't have a roof over it or cages up. It was pathetic. And then I believe somebody went up to the top of the roof. I think it was Angel, and he dove off the top of the roof, and it was like 25 feet drop. The guy dove off the top onto a whole bunch of wrestlers. That was a decent spot, but the match was still garbage. So they didn't call it War Games, but it says the war between the Black Army and the Enterprise comes to a head as 2 teams enter steel caged enclosed double ring war zone with all the XPW titles on the line. And then we had other matches. You had a number 1 contender match for the XPW TV title. Psychosis took on Chris Hamrick. I don't remember how good it was. I don't really care. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch some of these DVDs someday again. I don't know. To see how bad they are. Maybe there's some decent matches on. But I doubt it. Juventud Guerrero and Vinny Maserato take on Halloween and Damien 666. And Vic Grimes takes on Evan Courageous. I don't know where they dug up Evan Courageous, but that guy used to be in WCW and 3 Count. Evan Courageous was pretty good talent. And then after wrestling, I actually heard the guy went into porn. But I don't know if that's true. Anyways, XPW Genocide. There's a disc with Major Guns is on the disc, and New Jack is on the disc. Unbelievable. So that's number 3. Number 2, worst DVD I own. Sorry if I'm going too long. I'm just trying to explain the matches on these DVDs. 3PW Wrestling, which I guess stood for Pro Pain Pro Wrestling, whatever the hell that means. 3PW was like an indie company out of Philadelphia. They did some shows in New York, but mostly in Philadelphia in the old ECW arena. Again, another company trying to replace ECW and be ECW-like. So this came out in 2004. So here are some of the matches. This is E3, not 3PW, Broadcast from Hell. Well, there you see two legends, Terry Funk and Jerry the King Lawler. They're on this DVD having a match, one-on-one. And it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good. So other matches, you see on the front, there's a picture of Ron the Truth Killings, Kid Cash, Boz Mahoney, rest in peace. AJ Styles is actually on this DVD. So whatever match he's in, I'm sure it's good. And Jasmine St. Clair, former adult film star. Jasmine St. Clair, I think she actually owned part of 3PW. At least that's what I heard. Maybe it was a lie. And I think the Blue Mini might have owned it also. And Todd Gordon, from former ECW owner, probably owned a little bit of it too. And probably some other investors. I don't know. So, match number 1, you have Josh Daniels. I don't remember him, but he was decent. Against Damian Adams. I don't know who Damian Adams is. Match number 2 was Blue Mini and Roadkill from ECW. They took on The Hit Squad. I think The Hit Squad was from CZW, I think. Homicide took on Xavier. Xavier, I don't know where that guy went, but Xavier was a former Ring of Honor World Champion when they first started. Or in like 2002 or 2003, Xavier was their Ring of Honor Champion. I believe he was defeated by Samoa Joe. So other matches, you had Kid Cash take on Ron the Truth Killings. I'm sure that was good. Both guys at the time worked for TNA, NWA TNA, but they were allowed to do indies and other shows. Pitbull Gary Wolf from ECW. Pitbull Gary Wolf took on Joey Matthews. And then you had a Miss 3PW contest where basically they hired strippers and they stripped in the ring down to their thongs. And then they also got their t-shirts all wet, and they had like a wet t-shirt contest in the ECW arena. Match number 7 was AJ Styles against Kid Cash. So Kid Cash, I don't know why he had 2 matches on this DVD. Kid Cash against AJ Styles and Kid Cash against Ron Killings. Last match, the main event, was Terry Funk against Jerry the King Lawler. Bonus match was Boz Mahoney against Nosawa. I remember Nosawa. He was pretty damn good. Pretty good talent. But the guy started doing too much hardcore wrestling. I believe for a very short time, Nosawa appeared on a couple NWA TNA pay-per-views. As I said, Nosawa, pretty good talent. But the guy got into bleeding too much and being hardcore. Being involved in too many hardcore matches. And Boz Mahoney and Nosawa, the bonus match, that got pretty violent and very, very bloody. Very bloody. So that's number 2 of my... I wouldn't say this is probably the best DVD out of the 5. I call it the worst. But it's probably the best out of the 5 because AJ's on it. Jerry Lawler's on it. Ron Killings, The Truth is on it. Or R-Truth, whatever you want to call him. He's on it. So I wouldn't call it the worst, but I had to put it in there. So number 1. Number 1 worst DVD, XPW again. And I think, looking back on it, I think I got all these XPW DVDs because, as I said, I was going through ECW withdrawals, in my opinion. XPW Wrestling, Exit Sandman, because he had claimed he's retiring and was going to retire from wrestling. He never did. This was in November 2002. Exit Sandman, Enter Shark Boy. There it is. It says Exit Sandman, Enter Shark Boy because Shark Boy made his XPW debut. XPW at this time on this show was really trying to be ECW, trying to get the old ECW fans from over a year ago since ECW went out of business. So they were really trying to get old ECW fans. This show was in the ECW arena. The ring mat was blue, like ECW's ring mat used to be in 98, 99, 2000. Also, they had Joey Styles. They hired Joey Styles to do commentary on this show. And Shane Douglas was the XPW World Champion. So the XPW World title match was Shane Douglas with his manager, Lizzie Borden, which she was garbage. Had no business in wrestling. Francine was much better with Shane Douglas than Lizzie Borden. Shane Douglas defended against Vic Grimes. Bad main event. It was a bad match. XPW King of the Death Match title. You had the champion, Altar Boy Luke, against Supreme and Angel. XPW TV title, Chaos took on Danny Doring. And again, another former ECW guy, Danny Doring, they brought in. Sandman was on the show. He tried to retire. He had his kids with him, his 14-year-old son with him at the time, who's got to be at least 27 years old by now. I don't know if he's wrestling or not, but his son was with him. The little kid that was in ECW in 96 that Sandman kidnapped, that kid, I believe his name is Tyler. So he was 14 years old on this show. And Sandman's daughter was also with him. Anyways, he claimed he's retiring, and he cracked open a beer, and the fans are chanting, "Please don't go," and Sandman chants. And then the fat bastard right there, that fat bastard clown, Pogo the Clown. The guy interrupts Sandman, starts screaming on the microphone that he's going to kidnap his children and give them candy or some disturbing shit. And then he tries to get Sandman to come out of retirement and face him. He's screaming at Sandman, "Come on, fight me, you coward, you pussy, fight me." So Sandman gets on the mic and says, "You are a real fat piece of shit, aren't you?" And that got a pop. And then the fans started chanting, you fat fuck," at Pogo the Clown. Good chance by the fans doing that. So then Sandman cracks him with the cane, keeps beating on Pogo the Clown. And then for some stupid reason, Sandman's daughter gets on the microphone. She was probably, 14 or 15 here, maybe 16. She gets on the mic, starts screaming at Sandman, "Quit it, stop it, you're going to kill him, you're going to kill him." And then she turns on her father. Sandman's daughter turns on him, gives him a low blow, which was pointless. I don't understand why she did that. That made no sense to me. She turns on her own father, gives him a low blow. Why would she do that? I guess she wanted to live with a clown. I don't get that. Or be with Pogo the Clown, which was stupid. Other matches, you had Shark Boy. Shark Boy took on Chris Chetty. And I think Juventud Guerrero might have been on the show, or Super Crazy or Psychosis was also on the show. So number one worst DVD I own, XPW Wrestling. Exit Sandman, enter Shark Boy. There's the back, if you care to see it. Sandman, what's that, Vic Grimes, Shane Douglas, and there it is. So, and then they even put the new XPW Arena right there, because they thought they were going to make the old ECW Arena their arena. And they, at the time, they made a god-awful deal with that arena where they really overpaid to run their shows there. And they wouldn't let any other companies run there, like CZW and other places. But then, what do you know? XPW went out under and went out of business and went away. In, I believe, late 2002 or 2003, they were gone. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed this countdown of my top 5 worst wrestling DVDs I own. Excluding this because AJ Styles was on this show. And it wasn't that bad of a show. The crowd was into it at that 3PW broadcast from hell. The crowd was into this because it was in New York City and there were pretty decent amount of fans there, like maybe 1,000. And they were into it. So I hope you enjoyed this countdown top 5 worst DVDs I own. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend. Bye for now, everybody.